Hello everyone, my name's Tom Wright from Peak 15 and I help businesses get real ROI from AI without getting lost in the hype or falling off a cliff. So the question for you is, who wants to do more with their business? More profits, more clients, whatever it is. Yeah? Yes, of course you do. That's why we're all here. And AI promises to help with that, but you probably heard lots of conflicting stories about AI in general, right? There'll be people who are convinced it's going to solve all the world's problems, and you'll also hear from others who say it signals the end of society as we know it. And I think the truth, like with most things, is probably somewhere in the middle. The way I think about AI implementation is it's like climbing a mountain. You can't always see the summit through the clouds, but you've heard stories about Yetis, and you're not quite sure you've got the right equipment with you. But that's where I come in. I'm your Sherpa. I'm going to help you get to the top without being eaten by a Yeti or falling into a crevasse, right? And by the way, the mountain analogy isn't an accident. Peak 15 is the name of my business, but it's also the designation given to Mount Everest by the British Imperial Survey team before they knew it was the tallest mountain in the world. Even they couldn't see the summit through the clouds. Sound familiar? The thing is, AI really can help transform your business. OpenAI, who make ChatGPT, they've recently had a survey out that found that even in large, lumbering corporate enterprises, they can see at least 3% productivity gains. And in my work with small businesses, who tend to be a lot more nimble and agile, I see the 10% productivity gains being the absolute worst case scenario. But what keeps me up at night is that risks are real. And whether that's something minor like your staff not engaging with the tools that you've paid for, or something more serious like a compliance issue through poor governance, or maybe a reputational issue because you put a bad AI in front of your customers. Whatever it is, it could be data breaches, fines, the list goes on. The issue is that these are almost never caused by technological problems. There's very rarely the AI itself. It's usually a rushed implementation that hasn't been thought through effectively. So how do I help my clients get a high ROI without falling into these traps? Well, put simply, I deal with human-centric AI. So I start by listening to teams, delivering training that sticks, change management, governance that they can actually follow. And mostly what I do isn't particularly high tech. It's usually off-the-shelf subscription software these days. Pretty boring, but when deployed effectively can be tremendously effective. So if you're wondering how to start your AI journey, or maybe you've made some initial inroads and it's not giving you the results you want, come and find me and let's chat. My name's Tom Wright from Peak 15 AI. Thank you.